What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are taking a look at some more figures. I, of course, am Zach from Zach's Collectibles, and I welcome you to the collection room. Today we're taking a look at a pretty dope figure that I have had probably with me for about a year now. I got this guy in Arizona, which was a pretty cool surprise because I've always wanted this figure because I've always been a fan of this franchise, and that is Marcus Fenix from the Gears of War series, specifically Gears of War 5. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have not played many Gears of War games, to be honest. The only one I've actually played all the way through was the first game. I've actually never touched the other ones, but I am going back to play the first one again, and hopefully that will make me go and replay the other ones, because I do want to see what the other ones are all about. The first one I absolutely love. It's one of the coolest games that I've played, and playing this remastered version now is really, really dope, and I love the graphics, and it just looks beautiful, and I love the gameplay and stuff, and it's just such a fun game to play, just a fun FPS shooter game. And it's one of the coolest ones, and it's not really FPS. It's just a shooter game, and it's really fun. I absolutely love the character. He is pretty badass. I really do like just his overall vibe that he gives, and he's just a cool character, and it's always awesome to see characters like that just being a badass just because. And yeah, the games are really cool. I would consider them to be very iconic. I don't really see a lot of people talk about them, which is very interesting, at least not on my side from what I've seen. I usually don't see anybody talk about these games, and they should, because they're really good games. But we have with us the Storm Collectibles? Is that what it is? The Storm Collectibles Marcus Fenix from Gears of War 5. And I know nothing about the Gears of War franchise. I've only played the first game, and I haven't really, my knowledge has not branched off from that. So I don't really know anything. So if I get some name wrongs with the, the weapons and stuff, or the head molds and stuff, getting them wrong from like different games or something like that, I don't know. Just let me know, and you definitely correct me. But I would love to know what is your favorite Gears of War game? Because my current one is the first one, and yeah, I cannot wait to play the other ones. But I'd love to know what your opinion is on this franchise as a whole, because I don't really see a lot of people talk about it. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. So before we start, if you do enjoy this entire video when you watch it all the way through, consider liking and subscribing, because that really does help out a lot. I usually really don't like saying that at all. I just always feel like it's like pushing you, but it does help. But if you don't, I really do not mind. Go right ahead. Don't do any of that. But it is. I do appreciate the likes and the subs. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so I think that's really, really cool, and it's going to be awesome to get up there one day. So yeah, do consider that. If you don't, that's totally fine. But without further ado, let's take a look at the figure itself. And what I mean by figure itself, I really mean just the packaging. The packaging is really, really cool. I love the window. The window is really cool. You have this beautiful image of an older Marcus Fenix, and it looks really cool. This is part of his vintage armor, which this is basically an entire vintage set, so I'm assuming this is like his first game armor from his first weapons and stuff from the first game. That's kind of what I think of it, especially it being this this far down the line with the franchise. But you can see everything right here. A beautiful image of the in-game model, ages 17 and up. You got another image of the model right there, and a closer up image of his face. And then it tells you everything that he does come with, and he also tells you a lot of the information right there, which I will have you pause and read for yourself. And yeah, it's really, really cool to see. It tells you everything that it comes with right here, but I will be pointing that out to you just because. So we're going to get on to doing the unboxing. So the unboxing is very, very simple. There is a tray on the inside, and before we take a look at the rest of this, you can see that in the inside of the box it comes with this little scenery, which again, I have not played the 5th game, but there is a nice background right here which looks pretty cool. I really do like it. It's very nice and looks like ruins and stuff. Maybe it was a city at one point, I don't know. But it looks really cool. Very interesting to look at, but it's very nice. It's out of a pretty strong cardboard. Like usually, you know, in the back of these things, it's kind of a flimsier cardboard, but that feels pretty decent right there. But we have the tray right here, and all it is another tray on top covering everything up. And there's no strings attached, but he does come out of the box very simple. And he's got this nice wrapping on him to keep him nice and secure. And here is the figure. So having the figure in hand, the first things you're going to notice is he's pretty hefty. He's a hefty figure, and he's got a lot of different surprises on him as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to shift things over to the review spot and take a closer look at all of his accessories and everything that he does come with. So here we have all of his accessories, and they all look really cool. So we have them all splayed out right here. He does come with quite a bit, to be honest, which I really do appreciate. I even have the hands and the head that he did come with on here. So we have everything on the table right now. So first of all, I want to take a look at the little bit of a boring stuff. So he does come with 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of hands. So he does come with a pair of fist hands, which I think look really cool. I actually really do like the painting on it. I mean, it's just black, but there's that nice little bit of silver there, which I really do like, and I think that looks very nice. But he does come with a pair of fists. He comes with a pair of kind of grabby hands. He's got this one for the trigger hand, and he's got this one for just kind of holding things. He also does come with a pair of finger hands, so he can kind of point to people where they need to go. Both of them are pretty much the same. And then he also has a pair of actual like gripping hands. So this one is like when he's gripping bigger weapons and stuff. So I think that does look pretty cool. And he does come with just a nice array of hands. I actually really do appreciate that. He does come with 3 head sculpts, which we'll be taking a look at all of them together, but you can see them right here. They all look really nice. He does come with these smaller weapons. He comes with the frag grenade, which looks really cool. I actually really do like the way this looks. It's like that nice mace look, and I think that looks really cool. I really do like just the hints of red in there, like it's activated or something. I think it just looks really neat. He also does come with the combat knife, which I think looks very cool, and I think that's just very nicely detailed. It's very nicely painted. There's even a little bit of dry brushing on the actual like handle, and I really do I like that a lot. But then he also does come with his array of weapons. Now if I butcher the names of these weapons, please do not hate me. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say here. He does come with 2 which I'm assuming that are Lancers. He comes with 2 different Lancers. One of them is a custom, which I believe it's this one. This one is called the Custom Lancer, and it looks cool. The thing that I'm very curious about is why they made the weapons like this, because when I first got this set, I was very curious on why it looks so rusted. That's the look that it gives me, and when I try to look up the relic weapons from the game, it doesn't look like this at all, and it just kind of baffles me why they chose this design choice. But it's kind of cool, but it just kind of looks like they just got it out of a tomb, while the other ones look very historic. But I really do like it. There's so much detailing on there. You can see the safety guard, the just these little tiny bits of detailing that are just all around this weapon. I love the magazine cover. I love the hints of blue in there. The scope looks pretty nice, and I love this little, pretty sure this is just the flashlight, which is neat. I love the chainsaw. I've always loved the chainsaw attached to these weapons. He also does have the handle here, and it just looks overall very nice. Now that is pretty much the custom one. Now this one is the Lancer Mark II, which does not come with a stock. As you can see the differences between the two. One of them has a stock, the other one does not. There's just tiny little differences that you can see, especially within the magazines. You'd see that this one kind of uses a bigger one bigger drum than this one does, but it just looks overall really cool. And yeah, you can take a look on the other side as well. Very, very nice. Really do like it. This one doesn't even come with the flashlight, but this one's also really cool. I actually really do like the way this one looks. Again, it has that exact same amount of detailing and weathering, and there's even some dry brushing in there, which I really, really do like. And it just overall looks very, very nice, and it's nicely painted too, even though it just kind of gives it that rusty look, like it was came out of the dirt. I still very much like this. So now we have the Gnasher. I believe it's the Gnasher. It's not the Gnasher, like stupid Canol. God, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Marvel Legends Carnage video. I kept pronouncing Noel's name Canol, and I feel like such an idiot for that. But this is, I believe, the Gnasher, and it looks really cool. This is the shotgun that they use in the game, and it looks so nice. I love the detailing on this thing. I always loved shotguns. Shotguns are just so cool to use in game, but this looks really nice. I love the shells that are in there as well. They're very nicely painted, and they're very nicely sculpted, and I just love that nice hint of life that is brought to this weapon just because of those, and it looks so cool. Now we have the pistol, which is the snub pistol, which is really, really cool, and we'll be showing this guy off a little bit later on, because this guy actually has a feature to the actual figure, and I'm not going to spoil it right now, but it's really fucking cool. So you can see that very nice detailing, very small for what it is, but I really do like it. You can see the safety guard, which is nice, and you can just see all these little details here. Very, very cool, and I love the little pop of blue. I think that brings it to life a little bit more. But there is all of Marcus Fenix's accessories. Let's actually get the figure out here, and let's take a closer look at him. And here is the figure itself, Marcus Fenix from Gears of War 5. And I gotta say, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. I think they did a fantastic job with him, and case closed, right? But he looks so cool. Look how, like, badass he looks. This is the coolest figure that I've had, and it just looks awesome. I really do love the overall detailing. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is chef's kiss. It is amazing. I love everything that they did with this figure, and it just looks so cool. And from a distance, it looks amazing. But close up, we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at this figure real quick. So starting off with this head sculpt, and we'll be taking a look at all three head sculpts in a second. It looks really cool. I actually really do like the way this head sculpt looks. It's very old, it's very rugged. You can see that he has the scar on his face, which he has in the other game, in the first game as well. And it just looks so cool overall. I love this the bandana that he has on his head. The sculpting of the beard is very nice, and it does a pretty good job to make him look older. And you'll be seeing the younger look on him in a little bit. And on the back of the figure, it just looks really nice with the beanie, with the you know, the bandana tied to his head. And I think the sculpting is overall very nice, and the armor is beautifully done. Look how amazing that detailing is, and that painting is as well. Again, I feel like it is a little too, I don't know, rusty looking. I think the brown that they use is a little bit better than the ones that they used on the gun. So it does look like an actual relic instead of just some gun they got out of the dirt or something. But it looks so cool. It looks really nice. You can see the Gears of War symbol right there on his chest, which I think looks fantastic, and it's nicely sculpted. And overall, just the detailing, the dry brushing is just like so cool. And I absolutely love this armor. The only thing that I probably could complain about, which honestly is not a big deal like at all, so it's not like a point takeaway, but I prefer this whole entire piece, because this entire piece is separate, so it does kind of hang loose a little bit. I prefer this piece to be up a little bit more, so it gives him just more of like an armored up look, because I like seeing the neck a little bit less. So if you just kind of raise that up a little bit more, that looks cool, and it just looks so cool, and he looks armored up and ready just to like take down as many of the bugs as he can, and it just looks so cool. At the bottom here, he does have this very nice belt, which I really do like. He's got a bunch of pouches and stuff in here, very nicely sculpted and detailed with all the wrinkles and stuff, and I really do like this back pouch here. I think it looks awesome. The legs are nothing to write home about. They're just kind of basic legs, which are really nice. And then he has this part right here, which is a very important part, which we'll be taking a look at in just a second. But it's very nice looking. I really do like the pattern of the pants. Kind of wish they were a little bit dirtier, but there's no problem there. And then of course he has the actual armor for the the boots and stuff. He's got these big old boots on with the knee pads, which are also in that kind of relic-y look, which is very nice, very bronze look with the dry brushing of silver. And I really do like it. I love that the buckles that you see here that are like on here and that are on the pouch and stuff and like right here are painted. You usually don't really see a bunch of figures like that, and it's kind of sad that we don't, but it's really cool that this figure definitely they took time with it. So he does have this head sculpt. He also has a head sculpt, which is very easy to pop off. It's just on a ball joint, and you just pop this on right here, and you just wait for the kind of click or snap, and yeah, you pretty much just pop that on, and here he is with his other figure. And I don't know why that one's not going. Ah, that's why I had the thing too high. So there's that. And just pop that bad boy right in there. And this is his look without the beanie, which honestly, I don't think I'd ever display him like this. Maybe if he's like fight in the battle damage or something, maybe, but I don't know. I don't really care for the seeing the hair. I always just kind of picture him with the bandana on. And yeah, I do really like it. I think it's still really cool. Now, my favorite head sculpt, which is the one I'm most familiar with, and probably a lot of you guys might be as well, is his younger look. And this looks incredible. Like, that looks like Marcus Fenix. Look how amazing this head sculpt look. That is so cool looking, and it just makes him look so neat. And I really do like it. It's the same kind of bandana as the first one, just with a little bit less detailing, mainly just because some of the wrinkles are gone, and it's not as kind of weathered as that one was. But I love the face, and the thing that I kind of am very puzzled about is why they changed the scar, because the scarring on the face looks like this, but if we bring in this head sculpt, it's very different from each other. So maybe it just healed over time, but whatever. And I really do like the kind of goatee going on right there. He just looks like a badass, and I really do like that. And his hair is black instead of the gray, because this is his younger look. But I usually just rock this figure with this head sculpt because I love this head sculpt so much. Now, like I said, the figure does come with extra accessories and stuff. Now, I kind of want to show you something about the hand. The hand is very easy to pop off. It's just on a peg. The most annoying part are these like little cuffs here. They do tend to fall off very easily, so I don't know, just kind of glue them on. Honestly, that's probably what I would do, because when I take the hands off, these whole little parts like to just fall off, and they kind of just fall everywhere, which kind of sucks. But if you kind of just glue it on, you probably won't have that problem anymore. So problem solved. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but if I do, then I do. So but yeah, very easy to take these hands off. And when you have like an accessory in his hand, he really does come to life. So this is probably the coolest part that I have to show you guys. So he does not really come with any weapon storage, to be honest, not that I know of. I'm pretty sure you can fit the combat knife somewhere. Somewhere this combat knife has to go, but to be honest, I don't know if he has a spot. I think he might actually have one in his boot, unless I was thinking of another figure, because I know there's another figure that actually does that. I think it's the Black Series Mandalorian for the Book of Boba Fett, but I really don't know where this knife goes, and I feel like that should have been a pretty obvious spot to put a knife. But this is really cool. So this pistol can actually attach to the figure via magnet. So it's going to be this little space right here, and I want to get a little bit of a closer look up at that real quick just to show you guys. So it's going to be this little space right here, and all you have to do is just let it go. That is really cool. It's a pretty decently strong magnet. The whole magnet part, I think, is at the front barrel here. So if you try to do it from the back, it really doesn't want to push in, but once you get it to the front, it hops right in, and I think that looks amazing. And it really does make him look a little bit more kitted out, and I think that just looks awesome. And I'm pretty sure you can get this figure into so many different, like, amazing poses with these different guns. Now, I'll be posing him in a bunch of different types of poses, but I really do like just the simpler look. I actually really do like these pointing hands because you can have him doing basic kind of gun safety to where his finger's not on the trigger 24/7. You can have him in like the stoic pose with the finger kind of just resting on the side, and I think that's awesome. That just looks so cool, and that really makes the figure just a little bit more lifelike. We're gonna go over just a couple things that I really don't care too much about the figure. I think just some of the basic details, like not like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. I love the figure overall. It's awesome. Very tiny, very minor things that I could gripe about are these little cuffs that come off a little too easy when you take the hands off, but that can easily be fixed. This whole gun is really cool, but when you're trying to pose him, sometimes when you have it on him already, it does fall off a little too easy. And yeah, I wish the magnet was just a tiny bit stronger. I really do like, you know, overall everything else. I think those are the main ones that I'm kind of griping about. I think the main issue that I have is the figure doesn't come with a stand. Like, he stands very good on his own, and I really do like that. But I would have preferred a stand as well. I think, you know, this feels like a high-end figure that it deserves a stand, and it looks pretty cool. There's really not much weapon storage as well. That's another gripe that I have, and the guns are a little too rusty instead of relic-y, you know what I mean? But I'm not upset about that. He comes with a good amount of accessories, and he just looks awesome. And some other things that actually is pretty awesome is the armor itself, and I actually really do like this armor. The blue undershirt kind of threw me off a little bit because I don't think I've ever seen him like that, and I tried to look up like different skins from the 5th game, and I really didn't see anything, but maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough, and you know, also I don't know what I'm looking for, but it still looks really cool. I really do like it. So moving on to the posability segment of this figure, he does come with a decent amount of poses. So of course the head is on a ball joint, so he can look up about that far, he can look down that far, you can have some side to side, and of course a swivel here. He does have an arm movement that goes out that far. He can do a full rotation. This whole flap is made out of rubber, so he can kind of do a decent rotation. It's just going to be a little bit of a struggle. Kind of a struggle right now, holy shit. I don't think this whole like arm piece moves. It's kind of attached to it, so you kind of got to go around it a little bit, and this whole shoulder joint is pretty tight, so yeah, definitely interesting. He does have a bicep swivel as well, and a pretty decent double bend at the elbow. He has a swivel at the arm, and he does have a hinge joint there as well. He has a nice chest swivel, which goes, you know, all the way around, and he does have a little bit of a waist swivel as well, which I really do like, which allows him to crunch very far. That is the deepest crunch I've seen anybody do in a while, and he can also go back very far as well, but if he goes a little too far, you can start to see the gaps within here and within there, so it's best just to kind of find a nice even ground. The legs can spread to about this far. This leg has a little bit of trouble because I think he has a little bit more stuff on this side than he does on this side. His leg can kick out about that far, back this far, but it does his rubber butt does get in the way. He does have a pretty nice double bend at the knee, which is pretty nice. This whole belt can you know, swivel on its own. That really is not a feature, but if it does kind of get messed up a little bit, easily fixable. Same with these knee pads as well. He does have a swivel at the actual like calf, which is pretty neat. He does have a hinge joint at the foot, which can turn into a nice pivot, and a toe bend, which I think is pretty dope. So overall, I absolutely love this figure. He is so much fun to handle, and I adore it. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest purchases I've made. The only downside about it, are the things I mentioned. He is very rubbery. I think the whole figure is like almost like a rubbery feel, and it does make him a little bit easier to kind of, I don't know, pose in like certain temperatures and stuff, because sometimes plastic pieces do break off, so you don't really have to worry about that much. But he does feel nice. I really do like him. He's not overly squishy, but he is squishy in some parts that I kind of wish that weren't. I really do like the weapons that he all does come with. The only hands that could actually work with the knife and for the frag grenades is the pointing hands, which I don't know, it's fine with me. There's nothing really bad about that, but he does look so cool. But the only issues are just the little things that I mentioned already. The painting is beautiful. I really do like it, except for the guns. I wish the guns were a little bit different, but they still look really cool, especially if they were going for that like dirty look that they found it underground or something. But I don't know. I haven't played the game yet, so I have no idea. The sculpt work is magnificent. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I absolutely love it. And I think in terms of accuracy, especially for this first game head sculpt, spot on. It's spot on, and I just overall love the proportions of this figure. It's so cool, and I really do love the detailings of everything. That just looks very nice and almost straight out of the game. And the quality of this figure also feels very, very nice, and I really do like it. It feels very nice. I think I got this guy for 70 bucks or 75 in Arizona at a comic book shop in the mall that they had there, and it was a very lucky find, and I'm very happy that I got him. And yeah, he's definitely a fun little memory that I had getting him, and I was not expecting to get him either, but he's so cool. Really do like it. So overall, this figure is awesome. Little tiny things that I don't care for, but overall this figure is so cool. So if you do get this figure, it's awesome. Storm Collectibles, Gears of War 5, Marcus Fenix, beautiful figure. They did a fantastic job with this, and I never really heard of Storm Collectibles before, and yeah, maybe I'll find some other figures from them. But this is an awesome figure. I am giving this scoring a 4.9 out of 5. Very close to being perfect, but it's so cool. It's still so cool, and I absolutely love it. And here's a quick size comparison that I totally did not forget to do. Here he is next to the NECA Frankenstein's monster, the McFarlane Toys Arkham Knight Batman, the McFarlane Doomslayer figure, the NECA Toys Kratos from God of War, and here is just a bunch of figures. These are all my kind of icon of gaming figures, and of course I had to add Batman too. I almost forgot about him. But yeah, these are all of my icons of the gaming verse, and I have these guys all displayed on their own because these guys are just like really iconic characters. You can't go wrong with Master Chief, Scorpion, Kratos, the Doomslayer, and Batman from some of the most iconic games that you could ever play. And I'm adding Marcus Fenix into that roster. So these figures are amazing, and this Marcus Fenix is awesome, and I'm very happy that I got my hands on him when I did. And that is the review of the Marcus Fenix from God of War, or not God of War, for Gears of War 5. They both sound very similar, don't they? But this figure is so cool. This is probably my favorite pose that I have him at. That's why I haven't moved it. I love the shotgun in his hand, and I really do like this accessory, this frag grenade. It's really cool. And yeah, this is an awesome figure. Almost perfect. It's beautiful, and I just like overall just absolutely adore it. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout for him if you ever do want him. I'm sure he's on eBay listings or even at your local comic book store. But he's an awesome figure. I cannot wait to put him back on the shelf. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe, and also comment below if you have this figure. What do you think of this figure? And also, what is your favorite God of, or I was about to say it again, Gears of War video game? And yeah, if you're actually ever interested in seeing a movie, because I don't know, I saw like a couple posts that I think it was by Dave Bautista himself, that he wanted to play the main character for a God of War spinoff, and I think it would look really cool. I think he would pull it off very nicely. So, but yeah, it would be really cool to actually see like a television series, because Fallout, I heard, is doing very good. I haven't watched it personally, but I heard it's doing pretty well. And hopefully, if they ever did do that with the same thing with Gears of War, they would be very, they would really stick with the source material and just have an amazing pick for a cast, and also the writing needs to be good, and just the basic stuff that you need to do to make an actual successful video game television series. So yeah, that would be really cool to see down the line. And yeah, it's a really awesome figure. It's an awesome franchise, and I'm so happy to have a little bit of that kind of gaming history from it. But overall, that is pretty much going to be it for this video. Next Monday, we are in spooky season. That is going to be so cool. It's so weird to think about that we're already done with September. We're going to be heading right into October next Monday. And it's technically Friday, because we have a Friday review coming out, which is going to be really cool. It's going to be very horror related, and I cannot wait to show you guys what I have in store for October, because I have a lot of figures that I have to review for October. So it's going to be a busy month, and I cannot wait to be reviewing, because it's going to make me I'm just very excited for all of it. But that's going to be it for this one. I love you show. Keep collecting, and make sure to tune in for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next review.